First of all, I gotta say, I've been warned today by my lovely wife not to embarrass her and to keep it clean. Now, if I'm honest, I had no intention of embarrassing her until she told me not to. And as for keeping it clean, well, telling me to keep it clean is like telling Kelly and Mark not to drink this place dry. It's not happening. Basically, guys, you all know what I'm like. But for those of you here that don't, strap in. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming and sharing the day with myself and my beautiful brand spanking new wife. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, how on earth has this big, ugly, bearded, tattoo-filled fella managed to bag himself such a beautiful woman? Well, I'll tell you, it's quite simple. I just so happen to have a massive heart. Yes, I'm a very lucky man. I'll be the first to admit, right, that I've done a lot better than she has. To say that I've just married the woman of my dreams would be an understatement. Danielle is honest, caring, loyal, intelligent, funny, thoughtful and understanding, not to mention sexy as hell. Yes, Danielle is all these things, and all these things are the reason I love her. But today is about loyalty and honesty. So I'm gonna be honest. My favourite thing about Danielle is her vagina. Alright, settle down. So can we please all just take a moment now to just think about Danielle's vagina? In fact, let's have a round of applause for Danielle. Okay. Sorry, Auntie Shirley. I'm only playing. If I was to describe everything I love about Danielle, we would be here all day. The best way to sum it up is by simply saying she's one of a kind. Right, there's something else I've been meaning to get off my chest.
Oh no, nothing to do.
And if I don't say it now, I might never get another chance, right? Ever since the first day I got with Danielle, I've been sensing a lot of chemistry and a lot of sexual tension from another woman. Let me finish. Now I'm bringing this up today because I think now is the right time to finally put a stop to it once and for all. So, Linda! No more! Don't get me wrong, you're a gorgeous woman. And who knows, Lynn, maybe if circumstances were different, maybe if I wasn't in love with your daughter and Curly worked longer hours, then yes, God knows, tear that ass up. But I am in love with your daughter, so I'm sorry, Lynn, you're just going to have to let me go.
Mark, thank God you had it clear.
Right, who's next?
Me.
Curly? Got excited. Curly. I'll never forget the first day I met Curly. The very first thing Curly ever said to me was, "Do you like guns?" Was it, Curl? Was it or was it not? Yes, it was. Now, Curly doesn't own a gun. But listen, I just think he was trying to scare me away because I was banging his daughter. Little did he know that 6 years down the line he would be calling me son. So, Dad. I would like to thank you, because even though your method of trying to scare me away failed miserably and died on his arse, I'll be borrowing that one off you and using it in the near future when Angel brings a man home.
Don't even go there.
Having a daughter myself has made me realise that from my father's point of view, it's going to take somebody very special to ever be good enough for my daughter. Girl, I just hope you think I'm good enough for yours. Today, not only have I gained a beautiful wife, I've got a lovely new mother-in-law,
Oh, look at
I got a lovely new father-in-law. And just what every boy dreams of, you're another pair of sisters. Great, you've got 4 sisters and 1 brother. Is there any bloody wonder I'm into poetry? Right, best man.
Oh, here we go.
Now, no wedding would be the same without a best man. And I just happen to have 2. Now, these boys are my best men for a reason. And the clue is in the title. They really are the best. You know when you have 2 best friends that are so equally as awesome that you just couldn't pick a favourite? Yeah, well that ain't the case.
That ain't true, I know. That's not true. Do the other version.
Ryan has been my friend for as long as I can remember, and a loyal one at that. He's dry, witty, rather camp and often annoying. And my favourite thing about Ryan is his natural ability to make me look a lot funnier than I actually am. The boy will laugh at anything. Right, I want to thank you for being by my side today. I knew I could rely on you. And what I'm about to say next, I want to make the most of, because I promise I will never, ever say it again.
Go for it.
You're a true pal, and I love you. Right, best man number 2. Smith, aka the Shepherd. Feels like I've been Smith's mate forever, and apart from being one of the funniest guys I know, I'm by far the most childish 32-year-old. He's loyal, he's honest, and he's also often annoying. But my favourite thing about Smith is his vagina. So can we all just take a moment to think about Smith's vagina?
Everyone loves my vagina.
In fact, let's have a round of applause. Smith, I'd also like to thank you for today. You always stuck by me through thick and thin. And it wouldn't be very fair to do one without the other, so I suppose I love you too.
Love you too.
Right, I've also got to say a massive thanks to Linda and Curly, to my mother and Mal, and to my lovely Nan for the massive help with making the day happen. We couldn't have done it without you, and your kindness hasn't gone unnoticed. So thanks a lot, guys. So to sum up, I think we can all agree I'm not a very serious person. Yeah, we agreed. I don't take life too serious. There's one thing I am serious about, Dan, and that's you. Right. So to sum up on some of our life together so far, and to explain just how much you and the kids really mean to me, I've written you a poem. So here we go. I'll play it and everything. Oh yeah, I'm sharp as shit then. As cliche as it's gonna sound, as cheesy as it seems, but today's the day I married the woman of my dreams. When I first met Danielle, soon after our first date, it became so very clear to me that I was punching above my weight. Struck gold, I'd hit the jackpot, I'd won the highest prize. Believe me when I say I felt the luckiest of guys. Before then I was a cheeky chap, some might say a bit too keen. I Let's just say I kissed a lot of frogs before I finally met my queen. But sadly it wasn't long before my immaturity shone through. She told me she was pregnant, and I didn't know what to do. You see, the thought of having kids, high chairs, cots and prams, made me shit my pants. And I ran straight back to Mum's. I still regret it to this day, and it worked that I never cared. I was still a boy myself back then, and the truth is I was scared. I knew that I had given up who I once thought was the one. That is all about to change when you gave birth to our son. The first day that I met my son, my handsome little prince, I knew that I weren't scared no more, and I've not been ever since. That night I looked into their eyes, and in that moment, in that glance, I knew that there was hope, and that I stood a second chance. A chance to make things right again, a chance to prove myself, a chance to be a man for good, in sickness and in health. Because my eyes were finally open, and with them was my heart. I could finally see that what I actually had right from the start. It just took for my son to tell me. Even though he couldn't talk, it was like he said, "Dad, don't be a bellend. You'll be a fool to let her walk." So let her walk I didn't. Instead, I held her tight. Both her and Ollie in my arms, we were a family overnight. Life was running smoothly. I proposed, she said, why not? There was one more thing we had to do before we tied the knot. We wanted baby number 2, Ollie's little friend, another little shitbag to drive us round the bend. We agreed to do it all again, another next of kin. So we ditched the contraception, and I began to leave it in. Sorry, girl.
Sorry, kid.
And in no time whatsoever, an absolute flying blinder, she had both legs spread on the hospital bed with the midwife's hands inside her.
You can't write that.
Holding Danielle's hands so tight while fighting back the tears, I heard the most amazing sound to ever bless my ears. The voice of an angel as she screamed the room to deafness. My gorgeous little princess, so proud she left me breathless. But it wasn't just my angel that took our breath away. What Danielle had gone through, she blew my mind that day. I remember looking at her off her nut on gas in here. The sweat shone off her forehead and she had vomit in her hair. She had blessed me with another child, the missing puzzle piece that fits. I remember thinking as I looked at her, God, I love this girl to bits. I knew from that very moment just exactly what they were worth. And I promised to be the best goddamn dad that ever walked this earth. So far I think I've done them proud. Well, I know I've tried my best. Let's hope they one day look at me and say, Daddy, we're impressed. Because being a parent has its challenges, a lot of tolerance it takes. God knows that I've got things wrong, but I've learned from my mistakes. Like my first nappy change on Angel, boy, was it a stinker. A bit complacent with my technique, and I got some on my finger. Now, with the weakest of all stomachs, my heart began to race, then I got shit on the other hand, and I threw up in her face. The pair of us covered in sick and shit, not a clue on what to do. I chucked her in the bathtub, and I had to jump in too. Now, another fright to mention, just one of many scares, was when I left the stair gate open and Ollie crawled up all the stairs. He must have reached the top step before he finally lost control. Like a bowling ball with arms and legs, you should have seen the fucker roll. So yes, I've had these moments that every dad must face. If I was half as good as Danielle, then trust me, I'd be ace. Because Danielle is super mum. Of this I have no doubt. She gives her heart and soul so our kids don't go without. Not only is she up there with the best mums I've ever seen, but I know she'll make an awesome wife that most men could only dream. So yes, I count my lucky stars. To be fair, I have it all. You see, I fell for Danielle, and I'm continuing to fall. Because Dan, you are my soulmate. By far my bestest friend. I'm going to be your guy until I die. You'll stuck with me till the end. Because together we're a team. We're a family with a stance. It's us against the world. And the world don't stand a chance. So Dan, if you're ever feeling down and the colours have run black, I want you to think back at this poem, know that I have your back. Because Danielle, I love you, my rock, my soul, my heart. I'm going to love you each and every day, from now till I depart.
Yeah.